There we go.
And we're live.
What's going What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Shannon.
It's your man Terrence J.
And this is the
Last
last podcast.
Podcast.
And why is this the last podcast, Terrence J?
Because depending on what we say or what we do, this could quite possibly be the last podcast. And you know, I want to say this real quick. Shout out to everybody who never let us know that they're watching, but then see us in person or recite our stuff when they meet us and things like that. So get in the comment section. Let us know that you're watching. Stop being a ghost. We would love to know that you guys are watching the show.
Yeah, Casper.
Yeah. So when people come up and be like, the last podcast. Hey, we back. We've been gone for a while.
We have.
A long while.
Happy to be back.
Yes. Happy 2026.
Happy 2020. Wow, 2026. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. We turned 45. Well, he turned 45 last year. It's pretty old. I just turned 45.
November to January. It's less than 2 months.
I just turned 45. I can't count. 15 days, 13 days ago.
And you're still 45. Looking every bit of 57.
Lies and deception.
Anyway, with that being said, listen, we'll get into our show. But you know, as always, make sure to follow us on Facebook. It is The Last Podcast 1, and on Instagram is _ The Last Podcast. How do you know your chair is not wallowed out enough?
My chair isn't flued back like yours. We would probably switch chairs because your chair is more straight up. That's how I like to sit up and look down on you peasants. Hi, Diane.
Sure,
disclaimer, we will still be friends after the show, no matter what is said, no matter what is done, no matter how he looks. The official, unofficial disclaimer is we will still be friends after the show. That's the
disclaimer. And then you gonna repeat it.
I ain't been here for a while, okay?
You're right. You have not.
Okay. Let's start over.
I was kind of hoping you went here today.
You were hoping? Look, almost.
Well, hey, you know what? We have one more time. One more time you're going to miss.
I got one more?
No, you had one more time to miss.
Oh.
Yeah. You got. We're going to start finding you.
So here's the thing. My job makes me work now. I don't know why. I don't know how this happened. I actually got to do work. And I work hard. I actually have to go into offices. I don't want to talk about it. It's the whole thing. Anyway, disclaimer, we will still be friends after the show, no matter what is said, no matter what is done, no matter what he looks like, day in and day out. Our official, unofficial disclaimer, if you are easily offended by fat shaming, if you are easily offended by anything, this probably is a show that you should start watching so that you can stop being such a sensitive ass baby. Right?
Basically.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah, Tiffany, we're not going to fire Shannon. She just has a fine to pay. Okay? So she has a fine. So, but listen, that's our disclaimer. That's our unofficial disclaimer. And so now you guys have got up off your shoulders and tuck away your feelings, because if you got them, this ain't it. Because who knows who we going to talk about? Maybe even you. That's what we do best. But anyway, this is the weekly rundown. This is a few topics since the last time we've been able to see you. And I said a few, not all, not everything. We can't cover everything that we missed in the last 2 months.
Yeah,
but
Charlie Kirk did get popped in the neck.
That is factual. That is factual. I don't know if that's the way to say it, but that is factual.
That's why we have different words, so we can put the words together in a sentence, different sentences, and you can just say however you need to say it.
Okay.
And he did get popped in the neck. I was actually getting off of the plane when he got popped in the neck. I was on my way to Napa Valley. Had such a great time. Didn't affect my trip at all.
All right, so let's jump into our weekly rundown. We got to get into my man Drewski. Listen. My guy Drewski had a skit, and those of you who don't know Drewski he's an online creator, content creator, and he makes all these different skits and he mocks different people. And this time he came after the church, right? The mega church, to be specific. And he was doing all these different antics that he actually has seen pastors do. And, there's a certain thing it's called creative control and creative license. And he took all the creative license he needed. As you can see, even in this jacket, in his stance, he was mocking Pastor Mike and how he was dressed and how he was standing. So he literally went and pulled from what he saw churches do.
Right.
And a lot of people got upset, Shannon.
Well, because, it's okay when you do it. It's a problem when I do it. And here's the thing. People are upset because they say Drewski is making a mockery of Christianity and making a mockery of church. But if Drewski is mimicking all the way from the glasses to the chain to the tie to the horrible Dior jacket, which I love Dior. This ain't cute.
To flying.
If Drewski is mirroring what is being done in the church, or should we be mad at Drewski, or should we think, these pastors are making a mockery of your man-made religion, Christianity? It was hilarious, but the hypocrites are mad at Drewski.
Oh yeah, they're upset.
They're so upset.
They are upset. And so, as you guys see this picture now.
But what did you say? Who let
Drewski in their church? And that's all I want to know. Drewski, first of all, where did you film this at? And salute to you and your production budget, because y'all put this whole thing together. But I'm trying to figure out, if you was in somebody's church.
Do we have a moment for this?
We do need them. We need them.
Listen,
did we toast before?
We did not. Listen,
we need to definitely do that.
Usually I am the bartender, the resident bartender. Really, anywhere I go, if I show up at your house, I'm going to be the resident bartender. That's just one of God's gifts that He gave me. But this right now, what we're drinking tonight, I just decided just to do an old-fashioned lemon drop.
Okay.
Just went back to the basics, right? I stopped making lemon drops because everybody started coming, but it's pretty good.
And now we know that PSA with the bartender. So I want to know, like, if Drewski was in a church, like, who already had the flying apparatus already set up, right? Because now there was a pastor who flew into the church.
And well, they're just not one pastor. They fly through the church all the time. Funny thing is, though,
I think they Chris Brown. He's like Chris. They let the Chris Brown concert. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Funny thing is, though, I've read the Bible 3 times. I was going to say countless times. I'm lying. I've only read the Bible 3 times in my life. Two. One was a Message Bible. Both were NIV. No.
I don't know. What does that have to do?
New International Version. The other one was New King James Version. Okay. What I'm trying to say is, I have read 3 different versions of the Bible, right? 3 times. I've never seen Jesus fly through the earth, through the congregation, through the synagogue. Even when he had held the biggest, that's how you know Jesus is black. Even when he held the biggest fish fry ever, he didn't even fly through the crowd to pass out, to drop down, catfish and bread. Where did they get this from? Flying through the air. How does that bring me closer to the kingdom?
It's a show. Listen, this whole thing is a show. And so people are trying to figure out a way to make a show. And so when you have people in show business then make a mockery of the show, you have to ask yourself, why didn't the masses shut down the show? And it's usually because if you are a pastor of a church, no matter what you do, it's applauded. Yeah. Yeah, pastor, sure, do that. And people go with it. Just like if you go and spit in your hand and you rub it on your brother's face. If you go through and tell people, empty out your bank accounts, let's do that. No matter what happens, people just go along with it.
You could spit on your hand and rub it in your brother's face?
First of all, I wouldn't dare disrespect my brother. There ain't no message in the world I need to tell nobody to do that. And second of all, my brother would be like, what the hell is wrong with you?
I have 2 brothers.
He ain't taking one for the team for that.
And people think I would say, I ain't spinning my hand rubbing on James Pruitt's badass face. No, James Pruitt I can tolerate that. It's that quiet one. The sniper, I'd be scared of him. I there way in hell I spit in my hand. I can't even touch Vince's face. First of all, I can't reach it. But that would be I would not have any more limbs, okay, to utilize.
I-
And again, what was the message? Was he because I know
Jesus spit into the dirt and put the blind man. But did we need the visuals?
You're not Jesus, and your brother wasn't blind.
Did we need that visual?
No, we just all we needed was a word to read. Yeah, but Drewski, you are a fool for this.
Listen, shout out to Drewski for doing this, man. Man, listen, I thought the one he mocked the rednecks was hilarious.
That was
this one right here. I don't know what it is, but this was hilarious to me.
And I love that Drewski is a equal opportunity.
Oh, he goes out to everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. So shout out to Drewski for that. And hey, people in the church, stop doing shit Drewski can mock. Simple as that. It's real simple. I guarantee you. My grandfather was a pastor. I guarantee you, Drewski could have watched my grandfather for the eternity of his preaching career, and he couldn't have made a skit funny.
Nope.
So, but now I go back.
My grandfather wasn't a pastor.
Just
gonna stay at it.
Well, I mean, I can tell you didn't have the word of you. Anyway, question.
So you had the bread of earth.
Also
in your belly, along with the beast of earth.
Really? Also, here's the thing. Not only are the churches
those cables are very strong.
Those cables are strong. Not only are the churches doing this thing, this is another question. We have to have a whole separate show on this. Is this actually the appetite of the people who go to church? Do they need this?
No.
So why do we allow it to happen?
Because everything now, nothing is serious. Everything now is a mockery. Everything now is performative. Everything now is almost like a freak comedy show. And if you have to fly through your congregation or fly through, the what's it called? I have been in church for a long time. Sanctuary. If you have to if you have to fly through the sanctuary in order to get your message across, you may not be the best person to deliver the message of God. All the antics, all of the performative acts. How does that feed the people? Right? I say feed the people.
I'm sorry, because I just thought about that pastor who said he bought a Bentley for the church, but the church can't drive it. Come on, man. Listen, y'all be wilding in church. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, let's go to the next door. Shout out to the gang better known as ICE. So ICE has been running amok through American cities under the leadership and the guidance of y'all's president, Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, it's my president. The illustrious Barack Hussein Obama.
Well, the thing is that he has deployed them in so many different cities, and they are going through doing things that we have not seen done in this country since the slave capturing times. And we have seen this in recent history in other countries where you're going around, you're asking people for papers. Are you a legal citizen? Are you, you're just stopping people on the premise of whatever their skin color is. And, the funny thing is the closest thing we've had in recent history was in New York. Remember they had the stop and frisk? Mm-hmm. It was just like, hey, you stop and frisk, which is the same reason why here in Dallas, when we had a mayor by the name of Dwayne Caraway, he wanted to, he took over. He was the mayor pro tem. Yeah. Okay. So the thing is that he came in and said he wanted to impose a sagging ban where the police can basically be fashion police to go up and give tickets to people who are sagging. And my first question was, who do you think most of those tickets are going to go to? Thank you.
But this is also the same man who wanted to charge 25 cents in Dallas if you use a plastic bag. But that went away just as quickly as it came.
Yeah,
man.
And and the thing is that wow. And the thing is that
it's important for you to get it.
Is that when
we got to get back in the swing of things.
When he had that, I didn't like that because I knew that it would be targeted to a certain group.
Right.
I didn't like stop and frisk.
Going to lead. That's that is going to lead
to deadly police interaction, right? Same thing with stop and frisk. Oh, see a black man, stop and frisk him. You know, now ICE, hey, you're brown. And then the thing is that now you have to think about it for all the black people who are saying, well, they're not coming for us. Well, understand when they start saying, hey, we're looking for Haitians and Somalians, those are people of darker hue, which means I could easily pick out anybody and say, hey, you come here. Do you have your papers?
Haitian. I mean, I've never seen a Haitian this big, but you can be Haitian.
You know what? I possibly could be Haitian, and you could be a house Negro.
No,
or bedway.
Never.
A little light skin on the porch.
No, never.
You are light skinned though.
No.
Yeah.
We're not doing this.
You would not be in. You would not be in the field. You would be up on the porch talking about, oh, Mr. James.
I be Sheba in Django. Listen.
But you know,
everybody around there was working their asses off. Sheba was cracking crab legs and crab claws. He told everybody out. She said, "Not you, Sheba." She said, "I know you didn't mean me." Hell yeah, Sheba. Hell yeah. The crab balls was good back then.
On a serious note, Renee Good was killed by an ICE agent. Now, the way that this story was framed was that the ICE agent was in the line of her trying to run him over. It was not the case. If you watch this tape, he was standing on the side of the truck when he fired his shot. Even if he thought that he was in her way or her trying to run him over, by the time he fired the shot, he fired it from the side, which means he had time to not shoot his gun. The thing is that you are now in a situation to where you see them turn his narrative, and it's like, well, she was putting him in danger, and she was trying to run him over, and she was not.
So let me say this. Going back to ICE, and then I'll come back to her. When the election was going on, the campaigning and everything, I was very vocal about us turning into Germany circa 1932, right? And I got a lot of pushback from Black people also, who said that stop saying that he's Hitler, stop saying that that we're going to be Nazis, because that's just not the case. Even people who did not necessarily support Trump, they just did not like for me to, for whatever reason, associate Trump with Hitler, associate America with Nazi Germany. And what we're seeing right now is completely Nazi Germany. All they need are brown shirts, right? Everything that Trump is doing is the playbook from Hitler. Even the podium that Leatherface old lady was standing at, Kristi Noem, first of all, the MAGA face, what are y'all doing to y'all face? That Mar-a-Lago face that everybody, that transformative Mar-a-Lago face everybody goes through, now you look like Jigsaw. Stop it. It is horrible. Have you noticed that? But if you look at the latest photo, she's sitting at a podium and it says one country, one something, one leader, whatever. Well, Hitler had the same message on his podium. And Trump really looks up to Hitler because he wants to be, first of all, he wants to be a dictator, and he wants an all-white country, an Aryan country. I've been trying to tell people this since actually 2016. And because people don't read, because history was not something that was really pushed on us to learn in this country, we are right in the thick of repeating it. We are literally repeating Germany's history. And the fact that so many people think that this is okay, you have people still defending ICE, you have people still defending the actions of ICE as if that this is something that is patriotic. This is the most un-American thing that is happening right now. So those who claim that they love the Constitution, that they love America, that they are the staunch patriots, If you are supporting what is happening right now, what's been done on the streets of our country, you are not a patriot. You are a coward. You are not a patriot. You are a pussy.
You know what? Let me say this real quick. And we didn't put his picture up here, but you remember, soon as Trump got reelected, who was his pretty much his running mate? Not JD Vance, it was Elon Musk, right?
Hmm.
And so when you start talking about, I'm trying to defend Trump from the Hitler comparisons or the white supremacist comparison or the separatist comparison. Well, people he associated himself with continue to
Including
show
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. And I wanted to read a tweet that he liked, right? And it said, if white men become a minority, we will be slaughtered. Remember, if non-whites openly hate white men while white men hold a collective majority, then they will be 1,000 times more hostile and cruel when they are the majority over whites. White solidarity is the only way to survive.
It sounds like that they are trying to outrun their karma, but karma, you cannot outrun karma. But we'll come back to that. But let me say this: when ICE murdered this lady in her car, as she waved them by, and she told them, "I'm not mad at you," telling them to come on. Um, and they murdered this lady in broad daylight. I said, get ready on how they're going to spin this lady. Because it's one thing that white America hates almost more than black and brown people is a white liberal woman. They already hate women, full stop, right? If you are a white woman and you go along with the white supremacists, the white patriarchal white supremacist ideology, you are somewhat shielded. They will protect you unless you go up against them, right? They'll protect you from everybody else. If you are an independent thinker, if you have a liberal view outside of, as a white woman, outside of what they have instructed you to think, behave, act, live, you are damn near enemy number one, right? Public
Mhm.
enemy number one. And I said it. I said, watch how they are getting ready to spin this story on this white woman. She was a liberal white woman, and they detest liberal white women. It is almost like they see them. They detest liberal white women the way we detest Uncle Tom's.
Also, and the thing is, because of that person who goes against the establishment, when they start spinning it, you got to understand they're willing to have a casualty of war,
Yeah,
right? And although,
and the casualty of war can. uh, Charlie Kirk is their casualty of war. We were not here.
yeah,
We were not on air when he got popped in the neck. You know, because I was in Napa. I was in a hot air balloon. I was doing. I had so much fun. When he got popped in the neck. So, but
man, there's a lot of helium.
it's
Get you up that high.
hot air.
Hot air, helium, whatever. It was by the grace of God that it floated. Keep going.
We could have just used one of your shirts.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay.
That one you got
All
on
right.
right now
Mhm.
looks like it could cover the whole earth. Um, but we all know that Charlie Kirk was. All of these things are happening, and I really hope people understand this is not a conspiracy theory. It really is right here in front of our eyes. All of these things are happening as distractions. They thought that Charlie Kirk getting popped in the neck was going to be a huge distraction. It's going to make it's really. They thought that that was going to turn the country really against each other on its side, and it didn't happen. So they keep trying to do it because the Epstein files. Trump have sex, or has had sex with underage children, right? Or children, because if you're a child, you're underage. Um,
Allegedly.
nope, I'm not going to say allegedly.
I'm just saying, just
Well, here's why I'm not going to say allegedly.
they hadn't put it out and hadn't
Here's
been
why I'm not going
convicted
to
of
say
it.
allegedly,
Okay.
because there's outside of the Epstein files, there's sworn deposition from women who have given their accounts on having sex with Trump as underage girls, and the deposition has never been refuted, and a lot of them have been paid off. Okay. Um, it's all try to use it as a distraction. But the fact that I want white Americans to understand that the fact that they killed this white woman in broad daylight, if that does not make you say, now wait a minute, because see, we're used to it.
Wait a minute, what?
Wait a minute, this something really is not right with what's going on.
But you got to understand, what side are you on, and what side do you
Right.
feel the most protected about?
I understand that, and let me say this, I'm going to say to white women, even if you are a conservative white woman, please understand you too are just a pawn in this whole thing. And I know it's hard to get from under that because you're so heavily protected as long as you go along with what they want. As long as you follow, I don't know, people probably never, most of y'all have never seen The Handmaid's Tales. But if you watch The Handmaid's Tales, it is extremely close to what we're going. We are very close to being Gideon. And that's what they want. That's what Stephen Miller wants. That's what Hedge Hogg want. I don't know his name.
Hegseth.
Whatever.
Pete Hegseth.
Mhm.
Pete Hegseth.
With his drunk
defense of what is it, Minister of War? What
yeah,
is it?
I don't know what.
Okay.
America is so exhausting, and I used to really, 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 really love American politics. The good, the bad, the ugly. I'm talking about. I loved it. I used to eat, breathe it. I turn it off. I hate talking about politics now. Full stop. I really do. And people try to engage me in conversations of politics, and I give them very surface answers. I'm very surface right now, as a matter of fact, because I can go really in depth, but I am exhausted. I'm exhausted of racist white people. I'm exhausted of dumbass black people. I'm exhausted of confused Latinos, confused gay people. The gays for Trump. What? Latinos for Trump. What?
I will vote for Donald Trump. Listen, that's a bop.
You.
I will vote. I will
And
vote.
let me say this one thing about the Epstein files, right?
But that lady,
she
she
got
was like,
deported, right?
she was like, I can't believe my nephew got deported.
Oh, her nephew got deported.
I was like, they should have played it right in the background. I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump.
Every time I say Latinos for Trump, please understand he's gonna break out in song with. Go back and look at the other podcasts that we've done, shows we've done.
It was jamming, but I love that you get what you wanted though. I'm happy for you that you get what you want.
And that's what I say. I said
because you voted.
You are getting the vote. You are getting the results that you deserve.
Your vote.
You voted.
You
voted for this, and
some voted.
All of the people. All the people who are on TikTok, Instagram, all these other platforms, crying, still asking where the black voices are. What do you need us for? What?
We've never been thought of before. First, and now when shit goes bad, it's like, yo, where are the black people at? Chilling.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Why should we continue to prop up the evil empire that only pushes us down to the bottom? Right? Once you realize you're the foundation, you say, you know what? Let it all fall down. And the thing is that our numbers, our mind, our resilience, our body, our innovation, all that stuff has always been needed to keep this thing going. And when we start pulling out
now, and it's felt.
Yeah, it's felt.
And here's what I told Terrence earlier. Black people know what a fuck around and find out looks like, but usually somebody else fucks around and we have to find out. But here's the beauty of black people: we know how to thrive in the find out. We know how to keep going in the find out. Everybody else is suffering. They have no idea because we have been the ones that take the find out and we dress it up, we jazz it up, we do all this stuff, and now it becomes a trend. It becomes and now everybody wants to. But now that it's real, and now that listen, When Black people said that we were sitting our asses down, we were not kidding.
No. And guess what? Let me be the first, and I won't be the only, but I'm gonna be the first one to say on this show, shout out to my Black women, because Black women more than anybody
That's us.
will be the first one to run to save somebody, right? It's in their nature.
I mean,
They're
you can
gonna
be one too.
really
My bad.
okay.
Okay.
I hate you. So you know what? Hell with Black women. You know, I don't give a damn about none of y'all.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I messed it up for us. Okay. Rewind. Go. Black women are the best thing ever.
Listen, Black women irritating as hell. but you know what? And they started off, they said, you know what? We're not going out to save anybody. We won't be the first one of your marches. We won't be the organizers. We won't be the people who rally everybody together. We won't be that emotional cord, because what Black people are the emotional cord.
Yeah.
And if you start yanking out that emotional cord, then all of a sudden everybody realize they're full of nothing, right? Because we're the soul of everything.
Yeah.
And so now we're sitting there saying, no, we're not going to show up. Guess what? If, you know what? Rest in peace to this young lady, Renee Good. But there are enough of everybody else to go out and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
You don't need us, right? Because the thing is that we know what the game is. The moment we step foot on the street, we will be target practice.
Yeah.
We're not going for the game. So guess what? Once it fall down, we'll figure it out. At this point, we see it falling and we just got out the way.
Yeah. And listen, we saw it falling, and in our heads, this is what y'all wanted. Cause here's the thing. Personally, let it all fall. Let it all fall, and let it all be an even kill. Burn it all down, let it go to ashes, and let's see who can build from what to what.
And every time we tried to build, y'all come running y'all dumbass over there and then try to burn our stuff down. Like, we know the history, right? So the thing is,
Exactly.
let's let yours burn down.
Yeah, and let's see.
And watch this. And when it all burned down, while it's burnt and ours is burnt too, you'll be looking over like, how the hell are they still partying? Because we still gonna kick it. And that's the problem. The problem is you always look over at us after all that you have seen us go through, after all you have put us through, and you can't understand how the smiles on our face in the projects, how the laughter we have in the low impoverished area, how we still succeed, how we still go. Yes, guess what? There are tactics that you can show that has been working. We understand that, but we're steady fighting against those, and we're steady thriving, and it bothers people. How do you not have as much as we have, but it looks so much better over there?
Yeah.
And also, because we are so loving, and understand, this talk that I'm having is not to everybody of any other different race. It's just to those people who look at us who are against us, right? For those who look at us and say, hey, listen, what can I do to be a part of the helping of rising everybody? Those people are always welcome. We always take in everybody who is willing to be a part of the fight. Now, I do think we need to chill out.
Yeah,
we need to chill out on that. Oh, we invited to the barbecue, because
everybody
out of the barbecue.
No, at this point,
till we go through your file.
The one
just because you can dance and do something on TV. Oh no, just because you ain't part of the barbecue. No. We need to tried and true.
I don't think anybody should be invited to the cookout at all.
Unless your grandfather did.
Exactly. The ones who were grandfathered in, you stuck with us.
Yeah, Jim Carrey.
And usually the ones who were grandfathered
come on in,
they're not going anywhere anyway.
Yeah, like I said, Jim Carrey, come on in. John B, that was a hot song you had, you know.
Stop saying John B.
I'm just trying to think some people who have been what's my man's name?
Steve
Some
Kerr.
People think Wonder World. Greg Popovich.
Listen, I love Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
He didn't make my top 5 only because I was sleepy and I forgot. And
your top 5 what?
Coaches.
Okay.
My Uncle Earl, Redbird Raiders.
You just said your top 5 like everybody knows your top 5. You got a whole worldwide audience. They don't know who your top 5 is. Listen.
Jimmy Johnson. Let me finish. Mike Tomlin. My boo. Who?
Doesn't know you.
Oh, he knows me.
He has no idea who
He's
you
a
are.
big dude. Number
Sagamuffins.
number 4 is Bill Cowher. I put number 5 is Ted Lasso. But you know what Ted Lasso is?
I have no idea who Ted Lasso is.
He's the soccer coach on the show on Apple TV.
Anyway,
But like I was saying, I knew that they were going to spin this lady to be they said she's a terrorist, she's
Oh.
all of these things because it has to go into the narrative. And here's why, because those people do not care about human life, and any as twisted and as shallow as it is, they will give an excuse as to why this lady has to die. What?
I don't have any more.
Well, the last time I brought a whole picture for us, you dropped it.
Bullshit. I didn't drop nothing. We can roll the footage.
Sir, don't tap me on my shoulder while I'm doing my thing about the damn lemon drop.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Should I do like the Pillsbury?
But you're the one.
This is
You're
what I
the one
want. This is
over
the point
here.
I want to make. Hush. Hush.
I was the one talking.
Okay, go for it.
Hell, I can't remember.
Okay.
So
Spinning. You talking about spinning?
yeah, so because
Something you've never been to.
because actually I did hurt my butt
What?
so bad. I went once. I think I went over your house and ate a Snickers afterwards.
You're not yourself when you're hungry, Shay.
Anyways, that was a long time ago. I don't even know what I was about to say. They
I was
spinning
going to
this-
talk about spinning
Go
also.
ahead. Go ahead, spin it.
I want you to
Something you ain't never did
understand
either.
how not only this case, how they have spent it to make sure that they can ride with the greater good of their whole cause. But look how they start to spin January 6th.
Yeah.
They have now blamed it on law enforcement. Now, remember, when Trump got in office, he was law enforcement, law enforcement, law enforcement. And then you allow them to spin it on law enforcement because anybody who gets in the way of the cause, they will run you over. And they're letting you know, farmers, they're letting you know they don't care about you. Law enforcement, they don't care about you. If you are somebody who possibly voted against them, they don't care about you, even if you voted for them, because a lot of those farmers and dairy producers, they sent money to while you could not sell your soybean, they was funding Venezuela and Argentina and everybody else soybean. So the thing is that do they really care about you, or do they only care about the interests of themselves and their own pockets? And that's what you have to recognize. And speaking of, so when we talk about interests and inside your own pockets, let's talk about Venezuela, right? Because while we were off air, we didn't get a chance to talk about the invasion of Venezuela. And one of the things is that, you know, you start going around and it's always on TV. There's always this notion that there's this greater good that America is trying to do. We want to free the people of Venezuela
Who's
because
gonna free
they're
the people
under
of America?
a dictatorship. And when we name everything from Maduro, we say, damn, are y'all talking about Maduro or Trump?
Exactly.
Sounds alike, right? And so the thing is that follow the money, follow the resource. Ask yourself, any country we go to, what's the money got to say about it, and what resource do they have?
Go
Because
with the
I've
money,
told
go with the
y'all,
money.
I've told y'all time and time again on
I'm
this show,
respect you.
America does not have feelings. America has interests.
Yeah.
They're going to go to where their interest is. And if they have interest in what you have, they're coming, right? Think about it. The whole thing, if you guys have paid attention and heard anything about China and Taiwan, America has interest in Taiwan because Taiwan actually builds the chip that runs everything electronic in the world.
Yeah.
So they are willing to defend Taiwan versus China. China is saying Taiwan is a part of us.
Right. China's saying Taiwan belongs to us because China is also, I'll say something very racist. China is
Don't do
also America, just with
No.
different eyes.
That was still a little, yeah.
I cleaned it up as best I could.
Okay.
And I don't get enough credit for that.
I don't know if credit is needed on that.
It is.
You could have just said, different part of the world.
Yeah, it's a different part of the world.
Yeah. Anyway, America and Venezuela, you got to understand, Venezuela is the largest producer of crude oil. Now, I know you guys have heard the whole term drill, baby, drill here in America, and America is producing more oil than they have in years. That oil they produce is called light crude oil. They export that. Heavy crude oil comes out of Canada, Venezuela, and Russia. Let's just say we know we're not going to get it out of Russia, right? So our refineries are on the Gulf of Mexico, coming across from Venezuela, and on the northern borders for Canada. Our refineries are actually built to process heavy crude oil. It would take too long and too much money for them to change our refineries over to really be able to process the light crude oil that we actually get out of the ground here in America. So we have an interest in their resource, not in their people. We have an interest in their location, not in their people, because Venezuela has started to make inroads in relationship with China, and America doesn't like that, especially because of the Monroe Doctrine. America has pretty much said we own the Americas, because they signed a doctrine back in the day that said no European country, nobody from the East could come over and occupy any of the countries here in the West. So when they signed that, they pretty much said, look, we've taken ownership of all this, right? So and pretty much their standing is we've kept them off of y'all for all these years. So we own you, which is why, guess what? They was able to go through and say, hey, we need a faster route to ship things. Panama Canal is going to be built through Panama. We're going to make this happen because America took control over that. They recently, the lease ran out. They gave control back over to Panama, but America still pretty much owns it, right? With all of that saying, if you go and pay attention to the Monroe Doctrine and they look and say, we can go do what we want in this area in North and South and Central America because we have been the one that kept you safe. So pretty much we own you. And we have an interest in your natural resource. And you hear Trump on TV saying, oh, yeah, we got so much oil. They gave us the oil. We're going to make a lot of money off the oil.
Also pay attention to what he's trying to do with Greenland, and not that he's ever going to get Greenland. Let me just say this. I know that the average American white man has the spirit of a bully, right? And we already know what a bully is. A bully is somebody who acts in an aggressive manner out of fear based on lack or the mediocrity that's in their life, right? And that's just, and I spent my kindergarten through sixth grade growing up with white boys. So looking at Trump is looking at the white boys that I went to school with. And they bolster, they bluff, because they have no substance. There's nothing behind them. They're very scary, very cowards. But because they have the backing of being a white male, they feel like they can just go, And so that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to bully his America. He's trying to bully Greenland, bully us into Greenland.
And
NATO.
Greenland is what, the Denmark?
Yeah.
Okay.
But NATO is not playing with Trump. And here's what I want everyone to realize. If we get into the shit with NATO, we will not win. I know that the lie has been sold and told a million times that America is this greatest country and da. We are not going to win against NATO. And NATO said plainly, you try that shit, we will not have mercy on you. I don't know who or where anyone around him can come from to say, hey, choose otherwise, because everybody around him are yes men. And the people who voted for him or who campaigned for him, who feels like now this has gone a little too far, they are cowards too because they're tucking their tails and they're leaving. The Republican Party is hemorrhaging. I don't know if y'all have seen it or not. So many people are hemorrhaging. They they're leaving. Um, which are you're cowards. Stay and fight for your party. I'm not a Republican. I've never identified as a Republican. On paper, it looked like I'm very conservative, but as far as Republican values being personified, I don't align with Republican values because they're hypocrites, right? Democrats have their own thing, but we ain't talking about them right now. But the amount of Republicans who are fleeing instead of staying in and fighting and helping to stop this bullshit that they created is disgusting. But somebody, somewhere, heaven help us, needs to tell this man, leave Greenland alone. Do not get into the shits with NATO because we will not come out.
Right now in NATO, so Germany has sent troops. Um, Canada has sent troops. Sweden Prime Minister said that his troops will be there by Wednesday, which is today. There are several countries that are sending troops to NATO as Trump says anything. I mean, to Greenland, as Trump said anything outside of United States full control of Greenland is unacceptable, which is not a declaration of war, but a threat of one. And other countries who have been on America's side is saying, no, we will fight you for that.
Yeah.
So now you bring this to the streets. Here's the thing. It's a splintering of a gang. The gang is saying, hey, man, listen, we're not going to allow you to do that. We know you the big bully, but we will wage world war on you over this piece of land that we're just not going to allow you to start going at. Because here's over in Europe, what they're fighting with Russia trying to come into Ukraine is a big, powerful country saying, we're just going to take that.
Yeah.
And now they're watching somebody on their side doing the very thing that they're fighting against. And the question would be, well, where would he stop?
Yeah.
Because the question is, if Russia got Ukraine, they would go to the rest of the Baltic states. Well, if this is a collection of countries and lands and overtaking, and Russia and America starts, they're saying, hey, if we don't stop this now, because remember, World War II was fought on their land. This is more familiar to them than it is. Our troops went there. Their ancestors lived it.
Right. The last actual war that was fought on our land was the Civil War.
Yes.
When we fought each other.
Yeah.
And they've never got over that. So we Americans, American soil, we don't know what that feels like to have bombs come over our heads. We don't. The European countries, they understand and they know what that feels like. They still have memorabilia from they have stories that have been told to them from grandparents and great aunts or whatever. They know what that feels like. We have no idea. We don't know what we're doing right now with the tyrant that's in office. If a war is waged on us in on our own soil, that is it. You think Pete Hedgehog is going to be qualified enough to help us fight a war on this soil?
Now I will say this: any war that happens on American soil would be literally have to be bombs coming this way. And I don't even think it's bombs. It's more so of the electromagnetic cyber war, things like that.
I think we should not underestimate anybody at this point.
I know, but what I'm saying is everybody knows you could never win a war foot traffic on American soil. It has to be two things. One, implosion from within, or two, I'm able to chemical warfare. I'm able to fry everything you're going to use that gives you the advantage.
And you have to remember, he has sold so many things off that just think about the things that we don't know that he's done, that he's given and sold off to other entities. The fact that Qatar
Yeah.
that they're building a base in our country.
Yeah.
It
That's unheard of in America.
That's exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It is not. I remember when we were at the other studio and it was the Biden and Trump. Yeah, it was the Biden and Trump election. And I kept talking about democracy and the erosion of democracy and what that looks like and what that feels like. And a hill that I'm willing to live and die on forever is democracy is like oxygen. You don't even know how important it is until you are being depleted of it. And I keep harping on the fact that our democracy is being eroded away little by little. That was in 2016. Well, that was 2020 then, but 2016 is when the erosion of our democracy started, right? And little by little, he started eroding away. And he did not do these 2016 was bad, but he knew that he needed to try to come in for a second term. So he didn't do half of the batshit crazy stuff that he's doing now then because he still had to temper himself. But it was a prelude, right? It was, or Mr. Brown would say, foreshadow. Shout out to T.W. Brown. Listen, we got us a good ass education in the hood, didn't we?
You said Mr. I was like, Mr. Brown from Tyler Perry show.
And no, Mr. Brown from T.W. Brown.
Melvin Brown. Shout out to you, Melvin.
Yes, because that was our.
What'd you say?
Oh.
I love your small world talk, Mr. Brown. I was like, Mr. Brown, everybody in the know. But yeah, Mr. Melvin Brown.
It don't matter as long as I know. But what I'm saying is that if you the call is coming from inside the house, and at this point, it's too late to call for help. I don't know where we are going to end up, but what I do know is our only saving grace right now are the midterms. I have a sneaking suspicion that he may try to suspend the midterms and enact martial law. If that happens, America as we know it is no longer. It's done for. If there's a blue wave in the midterms and we take the House or the Senate or both, we have somewhat of a fighting chance. But here's why I say somewhat of a fighting chance, because uh, Democrats are Republicans. A lot of them, especially the old Democrats, they are Republicans with in a blue suit, and they worship the same devil, right? These new age Democrats who are coming in, who are like, oh, you motherfuckers are the same, and we don't want to be the same. We may have a little, we may have a little bit, of reprieve with them. However, it does not look good for us. And in the words of Mr. Bukahalger, heaven help us all. That was my algebra 2 teacher in Kimball. Shout out to Kimball.
Nice way to put context on that. So,
because I know you're going to ask. But let me say this. Speaking of Kimball, if you are a fellow knight watching, we lost one of our fellow knights, Erica Griswold. I know her as Erica Griswold. I don't know if you know her last name, but rest in peace to Erica. Such a beautiful soul, beautiful lady, and just a sad tragedy. So one of our, we have a fallen knight. So.
Yeah, and I know that there.
I couldn't just pick your face because that was inappropriate, so I figured I'd just thump whatever that eye booger you had up there.
On my forehead? Really?
Eye boogers travel, apparently.
I was about to say some real shit. Okay.
Go ahead.
You know, we were talking about Shannon was saying, one of our classmates, you know, we lost in a tragic car accident. And, I even called Shannon. I was like, you think about friendships and people you've known for so long,
Yeah.
and you don't never no we know no one is going to make it forever, but there's still so many things and so much potential that you have as friends for each other, and you hear stories and we're telling each other, what we are doing or what we're trying to accomplish, that we really, when you're really friends, you become invested in what
Yeah.
they're doing. So
And
it's
when you've been friends this long, it's more like family.
yeah, yeah. So and the thing is that you guys see how we do on this show all the time, but this is really like a familiar family type situation, to the point to where we're really invested into the growth and the things that we are accomplishing. And so, and it just made me start thinking, like, just of friends that I've held on to from high school. And I was watching Erica's friend group,
Yeah.
pretty much just grieve on social media. And I was like, man,
Man.
I could imagine. So
And I love watching their friend group. You see and you're friends with, you we all went to high school, whatever. So you see the friend groups and you remember them from high school, whatever. And we're all friends with individuals in the friend group, but we all have our own little collective, friend groups and cliques, whatever. So, and I love seeing them all together. They were a really tight knit family, and I will say, Kimball Class 99, we are a very close knit family too. So the tragedy is felt through all of us,
yeah.
but on a lighter note, happy birthday, Mama.
Yeah, so thank you for stealing my shine.
Oh, my
I want to give a big shout out to my mom. Today is her birthday. So shout out and happy birthday to my mama. Love you to death. Love you to
Mama.
life. And so glad you are celebrating and enjoying. And we had a chance to talk to her before we started the show. And, she was her normal self, just laughing and everything else. So
Yeah,
making requests. That's what she does.
that's what I love her. But can I say this? Some of you know, some of you know. When I was 19, I lost my mom, right? And TJ and I have been best friends since seventh grade. I say seventh grade. He don't say seventh grade, but I say seventh grade. And I was clearly, lost, whatever. But I could go over to his house, his mom's house, and just exist and just be there. And the way that she just loved on me, the way that she just let me just be in that space, the way, I really appreciate her. So that's why, I love her. I don't know how he got here, but
It's funny because during that time she really was just like, oh, saying, okay, cool. And she said, anytime you need to
yeah,
just be. So she just made that space
she did.
available
And I appreciate that.
for you just to come if you needed to, just to get away. And it was just like, as she's here again, eating up all the food.
Eating up all the food. And he would do stuff like make the nachos extremely hot so I wouldn't eat them. Hell, I ate them anyways. I was in pain. But
So
yeah, but shout out to Mama. Happy birthday, Mama.
yes,
We
happy
love you.
birthday to my
And thank
mom.
you for the enchiladas.
So listen, we will be back next week. Next week we got a special guest.
Yay.
My guy Judah Albukina will be in the building.
I'm so excited.
He has wrote a book
Written.
and written a book. And it is pretty much the journey of the story of his life. When I met him, there was, for those of you who don't know, this studio space is open if you want to have your own podcast. But there was another podcast that was here doing a show, and he was a guest. And I just heard the young man talking, and I said, I like that dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's something about him that I like. I love his energy. I love his mindset. I could tell he had a heart for what he was doing and just trying to help out the community. And so I instantly connected with him then. And then we just kind of just made sure that we always stayed in contact. So I want you guys to tune in next week to be able to hear our interview with him.
And I want to take credit for this book because we interviewed Judah and he was telling us a story, and I said, "You need to write a book." And each and every time I would say something to him, like on Facebook, whatever, like, "Where's that book? Where's that book?" So now the book is here. I'm like, I did that because that's what I do. I'm a moocher.
Always, very much so.
No, but I will say, and if you follow me on Facebook, I made a post about the book, and I'm almost finished with the book. The book is so good. I really want to implore Black men, especially Black men, if you are a mother raising a young Black man, please read this book. The way that he simplistically break down his feelings in moments that it's a very poignant book. Please, I implore you to get this book. It's on Amazon. It's a very easy read, but it is such a good book. It has such depth. I promise you will love this book.
All right, so we're gonna make sure.
You're welcome, Judah. Go ahead and give me those royalties. No, I'm playing.
Listen, make sure you follow us on Facebook. It is The Last Podcast 1. On Instagram is _ The Last Podcast. So, listen, great show back. We ain't been here in a long time, Shannon. So yeah. Hey, y'all stay tuned. Listen, that is a wonder. We were starting to wonder what was under their hair hat you always wore. But with that being said, I'm glad that something is under there.
Get us off this damn show.
All right,
man.
so hey, listen, glad you guys tuned in. Shout out to each and every one of you that watched on YouTube, Facebook, and all the above. So we're gonna get out of here, and hopefully this was not the last podcast.
I wonder if they can